Good afternoon. I'm in the middle of doing a cookery video. I've got the blinds shut because it's been quite bright, but I'm in the middle of doing a cookery video. I'm waiting for my patties to chill. And I've heard from Paul saying he's gone with somebody to the vets because they found a cat who had collapsed on Paul's plot. So they're waiting at a vet's to find out whether the cat is microchipped. Stressful. Poor cat. So I think I'm going to have to carry on with my video, otherwise it's going to be really late. I don't know what time he's going to be back. Oh, stressful. Not for me, but for him. Those kind of things are not nice things. And of course, the question is, will the cat survive? Why did it collapse? He's with somebody, he's not on his own. But I'll update you probably tomorrow, but I need to get on with this cookery video because, it's our bread and butter. We need to do this. We need to make the videos regularly, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I'm going to get on. I'll see you later. Morning. Morning. You will have to excuse my hair. It's about 7:20. Paul's gone off. He's doing an event for Earth's Sake at the Great Green Barn, I should say. So I'll see him later, probably about 8:30 this evening. So a long day. Update on the situation with the cat. So Paul got in about, I don't know, 7:45, something like that, I think. Can't remember. Apparently the cat was Big Ginge that sees him down at the allotment. It had gone to Paul's plot and collapsed. They don't know who the owner is, so they took the cat to the vet, traced the owner. The owner was summoned to the vets, and then obviously Paul ceased his involvement because, it's the owner's cat, so they can deal with it from there on in. Can't speak. So yeah, so a bit traumatic for Paul, really. So he got in, and then eventually we ate, which you will have seen. You'll have seen that cookery video. In other news this morning, we've woken up to ants in the hallway. Paul got up this morning and said, there are ants in the hallway. And I haven't got any ant bait stations. Which, yes, I'm sorry, I do use. I'm sorry, I draw the line at ants in the house. I really do. So I do use the little bait stations to get rid. But this morning I've had to resort to tea tree oil and bicarbonate of soda, both of which disrupt the, what's it called? The pheromone that ants leave behind. So I'll just show you what I've done. You've got to bear in mind this is a Victorian house, so we have quite a few open areas in floorboards where things can get in theory. But hey, it's a Victorian house. There are plenty of nooks and crannies and holes. So you can see the area because you can see all the bits, the residue of bicarb. There are a couple still. In fact, there are a few coming back, but not as many as there were. I don't mind ants, but I don't want them in the house. So yeah, I'm going to have to keep applying and spraying with vinegar as well. It stinks of tea tree in here at the moment. But yeah, as you can see, there's an example of a big hole. We've got a few of those around the house. So yeah, that's annoying. Get off my wall. I said to Paul, I haven't got time for ants. I've got other things to do. I've got videos to edit and other work to be getting on with. I haven't got time to be vacuuming ants and chasing them around with tea tree oil. So annoying. Summer. It's got a lot to answer for. I'll see you later. Good evening. It's gone really dark outside. There are grey clouds coming this way. We've had a spot of rain, but I think we're about to have a shower. Just wondering whether any of the windows are open upstairs. We could just pass over, but today has been quite overcast. I've been cooking again, so I've got a dish in the oven, a courgette bake this time, which I'm looking forward to having. Tomorrow we've got an engineer coming to look at the washing machine. Thank goodness, because it's still under warranty. They won't take responsibility easily at all. You know, you have to really push them and sort of tell them that you've done everything possible to try and fix the problem. You've checked everything and it's not work. You know, you've got to almost beg. I'm hoping that if Paul's not too tired, we can get out early in the morning and go to Kew for a walk. Depends on the weather because they are forecasting thunder and storms and lots of rain for Friday and Saturday. I need to go upstairs. Come with me. Let's take you on a little walk. It's been quite warm today, 25 outside, 21 indoors. Let's just make sure the bottom windows are shut, just in case it does rain. We have sash windows and you open them top and bottom and it ensures airflow. It's actually much darker than it appears. So let me just shut these bottom ones, lest we should have a shower. Okay, it's looking really mean over there. Just shut the bottom ones, that's fine. Go and check upstairs. That one's okay. Oh, just reach up and pull this one. 2. Make sure the Velux isn't open. In fact, we can open this. Let a bit of light in. Oh, yeah. Looks really stormy. Oh, these ones are open. Yeah, it's feeling quite humid today. Let me shut those. It would be good if we had quite a bit of rain, but of course, the worry is that there will be water runoff because that's what happens when the ground is dry. Nothing much else to report. Just a chores day, a filming day. I'm going to do some more editing this evening. I can smell my dish cooking. I can't wait to eat it. I think I'll be eating on my own. Gosh, it's getting even darker now. If we get a heavy shower, I'll show you. Afternoon. What day is it? What day is it? Friday. Oh, I'm a bit all over the place. It's Friday. I had a lovely bath this morning. Did some editing first thing. Got that cookery video uploaded and sorted. Bath and hair wash, so my hair's a bit flat at the moment because it's drying. And also the washing machine engineer has been. Very, very lovely, lovely chap. Very polite. Quite young. I explained the problem. He did some tests first of all, and he said it's most likely the motor or the brain. After 4 months, really. So he tested it. He's done bits and pieces. He thought it was the inverter motor, tested that, replaced it. It wasn't that. The fault is still there. So it's the motor. They don't carry motors on them. That's got to be ordered. So we're now without a washing machine. So we'll have to wait for the motor to arrive to them, and then they'll reschedule another appointment. Without a washing machine, I'll have to ask my friend if I can do a wash down at her house and just be frugal with clothes. I mean, I'm not having a go at the engineer because he was lovely, really polite, very helpful, listened to me, all of that, and was very effective at diagnosing it. But the whole system, the whole way of doing it, the way that Domestic and General, I'm going to name and shame them, treated me on the phone the other day in a very offhand manner because I'd phoned them incorrectly. you know, the hoops you have to jump through. Have you done this? Have you tested that? Yes, I'm not a moron. I'm 57 years of age. Do you know how many washing machines I've had over the years? Many. And most of them are crap, frankly. I thought this one was going to be, you know, a good one. How wrong I was already. So, yeah. So I'll have to wait for that. But at least I know where I stand. You know, the machine can't be used. That's it. Full stop. Hey ho. I'll see you later. Good morning. It is about 20 to 7 on Saturday morning and it's very dark. We have rain, no storms as yet, but it's been very close, very stuffy in the house. There's hardly any breeze at all. It's raining relatively heavily now. It's been raining since about 4:30, 4:45, but gently, but it's sort of got a little bit heavier now. But yes, no sign of those apocalyptic storms, but there's time yet. So, what's in store today? Filming Sunday chat, doing a bit of housework. I hope we do get a storm. It really feels like everything needs to be sort of swept away and cleared out and a good air change, you know. There you go. I'll see you later. I'm here at the kitchen sink. Guess what I'm doing? Hand washing. I'm just doing a few cottons. Haven't done this for many, many years. I mean, luckily our clothes aren't particularly dirty, but I've got a little bit of sodium percarbonate in here as well, just to give a bit added, can't speak, just to give a bit of added power to the wash, as well as the Persil that I use. I use Persil, non-biological. I use this one, which I've been using for quite a long time. I like the very gentle, fresh smell. And it seems to be gentle on the skin. I never overdose. I always use the correct dose in the machine. So clothes don't come out smelling like chemicals. I've tried the eco washes. I'm afraid I don't think they actually get things that clean. Sorry, tried quite a few. They just don't work for me. Look, we're two big blokes who sweat, you know. Those little eco-friendly little detergents, sorry, doesn't cut it with our clothes, and it certainly doesn't cut it with deodorant marks either. So if it's not getting those things off, what else isn't it cleaning off? Do you know what I mean? I'm also washing this little cute linen t-shirt that I've got, which is really lovely to wear. It's a girl's one. It was given to me by a friend. She didn't want it anymore, but it's so comfortable. The linen is so fine. And I'm washing these 3/4 length trousers of mine, which are linen as well. It's like a cheap linen though. And they've been in here for quite a while now, so it's time, I think, to rinse. And the water's looking grubby, it's looking grey. So I'm quite assured that plenty of dirt has come out. The only issue with doing it this way is the amount of water that you use. I'm not going to be making a habit out of this, certainly not. Just doing a final squish. I'm using the side of the sink to press the clothes against, and I'm turning them as I do it. It's just to give them a final squish through with this warm water and detergent. I've got gloves on, as you can see. Right, I think that will do. Squeeze any excess soap out before they have their rinse. Rain stopped now, thank goodness. Earlier on we saw a rat and 2 mice running for higher ground, which was interesting. I didn't see the rat, Paul saw the rat, and he said it looked like a drowned rat. And then I said, oh goodness me, I've just seen 2 little mice. Poor little things. They're part of the system. You know, they're all part of the whole system. Although that system gets disrupted because we've got loads of cats in this garden, visiting cats, and of course they will see off any rodents. I regularly find dead rodents in the garden. When I say regularly, maybe once every 6 months or so. But you know, in London and the countryside, you're never more than a few feet away from a rat or a mouse. As long as they don't come in, I don't mind them at all. Okay, I'm going to get on with this now. I'll see you later. Well, the rain seems to have stopped for quite a while now. It really came down at one point. We're left with what look like large clouds. You can't really see them. No, you can just about see them. Large, stormy looking clouds. Whether we'll get any thunder, I don't know. But everything's kind of looking very alive. Let's put it that way. Washed and alive, which is a good thing. Because I don't know about you, but I find it gets to this time of year and very often the garden starts to look tired and a bit worn out. A bit like me after doing all that washing. Honestly, I feel like somebody out of Coronation Street in old days. All right, love, I've done your vests. That's what I have to say to him when he gets in a northern accent. No, I was going to stay here actually because the light's good. Oh, you're going to hear a noise. I got this blue raincoat out earlier when I was fixing the drain pipe in the middle of the rainstorm because it was pouring water onto the patio, and I thought, oh God, that's needing to be fixed. So I banged it with a hoe, which I mentioned in Sunday chat. Oh, it's still feeling humid. I was thinking, you know, when I was doing the hand washing just now, I used to do hand washing years ago. There were quite a few items that I had that were white, and I didn't like them going in the machine because my mum had a tendency of putting accidentally other things in with the whites and turning them pink or pale blue or grey. So I used to do my whites by hand. So, you know, my mum showed me how to hand wash and how to agitate and to leave for a little bit and to soak and, you know, to apply soap to any really dirty areas, how to get stains out, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know whether the younger generations have ever been taught that, you know, how to do a bit of hand washing. And of course, I was thinking, if we were to have some kind of electricity disaster and we lost our electricity for a length of time and we had to boil water on gas and do hand washing, I wonder how many people would know how to do it. I mean, it's not difficult. You just take the items, put them into some water with some soap and clean them and then wring them out. It takes 4 days for them to dry, but... And I was looking actually on online, thinking, you know, maybe I should get a mangle. Maybe I should buy one of those small hand-cranked washing machines as a backup. The things that go through your mind when you are forced to do something out of the ordinary, when things aren't simple. I mean, you know, putting stuff into the washing machine and pressing a few buttons, how simple is that? And within an hour and a half, 2 hours, it's all done for you. How convenient, you know? As opposed to the splashing about and the mess and the sweat and the use of your hands and your arms and all of that in doing some hand washing, you know? I mean, that was... how many items? 6 items. It took me the best part of half an hour and a lot of sweat. But no tears and no blood. So that's all right then. Yeah. Anyhow. Woe is me, I can't go on. I think that's it for today. I'll see you later. More showers. It's late in the afternoon now. It's about, I don't know, coming up to 6 o'clock, I think. It was dry for quite a while and then this dark cloud came over. I posted it on Facebook and we have another shower. Yeah. It's still feeling humid and muggy. Morning, Monday. What am I doing first thing while I'm cooking? So by now, you should have seen my cooking experiment go wrong. And this morning I'm saving it because, as I said in the video, there is absolutely no way I am wasting that amount of food. No way, I'm not throwing that in the bin. It actually tastes quite good, even though it's not cooked properly or cooked through or is failing to cook through. And if you're wondering about what I'm talking about, it's my courgette, bran and banana loaf, which just refused to cook through. It had a lovely outer crust, but the inside just wouldn't cook, basically, after like 40 minutes or something. No, after an hour, sorry, an hour and 40 minutes. Yeah, bizarre. Must be to do with the moisture content. So I'm saving it this morning. It's in there at the moment. I don't know what's going to happen, but I've sliced it and I'm baking it. So if you want to see the full video, have a look. I think I'm a relatively good cook, but I'm not a baker. I can't spot things that potentially might go wrong with baking. It's not my forte. It's a bit like knitting. I can knit, but if things go wrong, I'm not sure how to repair them. Like experienced knitters will go, oh, you've dropped a stitch here, and oh, you can see we can go back and we can do this, we can do... No. So it's a bit like that with baking. Baking is more of a science, isn't it? Ingredient amounts have to be right. For example, I think the basic recipe for a sponge is equal amounts. 225 fat, 225 sugar, 225 flour, and 4 eggs, whatever it is. Pastry, half fat to flour, With the experiments that I do, I usually do a little bit of research first to get some ideas about amounts and then sort of adapt. And occasionally things will go wrong, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm still going to put the video out. I'm not going to gloss over it and pretend I'm some kind of super cook because I'm not. I'm a home cook. Home cooked food. I can do that. Baking cakes. If I follow the recipe to the exact amounts, then yes, I can do a cake. If I'm making one up as I go along and basing it on another recipe that I kind of made up that worked, it's a bit chancy. It's a bit chancy. Can I go on? Just about. So, I'm wondering what this is going to turn out like. We will see. I'll see you later. Good afternoon. I've just done some more hand washing. I've done our undies and socks. What luxury, having hot water to be able to wash by hand. I must be grateful. Feel like I'm in the 17th century. But it's very sunny this afternoon, so I thought I'll put them out on the patio and risk it. Risk them being carried off by foxes or pooed on by birds, and hopefully not have any eggs laid on them by butterflies, because there's a profusion of butterflies at the moment. There was another one there flying past, going crazy. There's another one. Might be the same one. No, there's another one. Yeah, look at those roses. They're really blooming now. And there they are, socks and undercrackers. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Very cloudy, overcast, but really beautiful and feeling very warm. So I'm very grateful for the sunshine to be able to dry one's washing. No, seriously, I am very grateful that it's hot. I mean, it took me, 20 minutes or so to do those. Toiling over the sink, bent over the sink, sweating, getting wet. Yeah. Anyway. So, nothing much else to report at the moment. I was editing this morning and I'll be filming this afternoon because I'm doing another recipe, using a pasta called orzo, which is a tiny pasta, almost like a rice grain of pasta. So I'm going to do a hot summer salad with that. So that's it for today. If I've got anything else, I'll just add it later. So bye for now. Unfortunately, my smalls didn't get much of a chance to dry because we have rain. Very heavy showers. I wouldn't be surprised if we had a clap or two of thunder. Gosh. Just about to start some cooking, but that sounds like hail. Looks like hail as well. Can you hear that? It's pounding on the roof. No, it's just very, very heavy rain. Huge raindrops. Good afternoon. It is Tuesday. And what's it been like today? Well, a little bit of rain. I did some hand washing again this morning, just a few items, shirts, 3 t-shirts, pair of shorts for Paul. Hung them out, had to bring them in sharpish because it rained, which I'm not used to doing. I'm not used to putting washing out in the garden. I did a post about it. I don't want the wild animals nicking my undercrackers. No. So yeah, busy day, editing this morning. Then we had lunch. I'm about to start filming again, doing yet another cookery video, just a little one this afternoon. Yeah, not much else to report, really. It's just been busy doing stuff, getting stuff done. Working, as one has to. But I would like to just go out and do a little interim tidy up in the back garden. The recent weather has brought down quite a few palm tree leaves, and they do tend to form a matted mess either on top of the plants or underneath them. So I need to do that at some point. So nothing much else to report. I'll see you tomorrow. Morning. I'm having my coffee. Oh, I need that this morning. I really do. I got up twice in the night to go to the loo. I must have drunk too much water. So I'm feeling a bit... So a nice, strong black coffee is exactly what is needed. So a couple of things. I have no idea what I'm doing today. And I also recognise that I have the luxury of not having to do anything specific. I mean, I can choose what video I'm going to make. I can choose my work. But I do have to work every day. But the timings of things are sometimes a little later. I was editing quite late last night. Well, I say late last night. I mean sort of, 6, 7 o'clock, something like that. I very often do that. I'll work later because it's, I don't know, find it a bit easier. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to be doing today. I've got a couple of things lined up. I've got some editing that I need to do this morning. But I'm just waiting for my brain to sort of arrive into the day, so to speak. The other thing I wanted to mention was you've probably noticed that we've not been doing the walks. Very naughty of us. But several things sort of got in our way. And we've been feeling, I don't know, a little bit tired recently in the mornings. Getting up slightly later. Probably something to do with the change in the light, because the light is slowly, albeit slowly, is changing. And I've noticed the evenings are starting to draw in as well. It's just starting to be noticeable. And you know what? I think we're all quite sensitive to that. And I don't think we always realise how sensitive we are to the subtle changes. you know, there are plants that react to those subtle changes as well. There are certain plants that are triggered into their flowering cycle from the solstice, you know. So I think it affects us more than we think it does. But yes, the walking, I just wanted to bring that up before somebody else does. You've not been walking. No, we haven't. We were going to go to Kew last week, but the whole washing machine saga thing was going on, not knowing when the engineer was going to turn up. Initially, they gave me a time slot of between 6 in the morning and 10 at night. You'll have to wait for the time slot to be given to you the day before. You can't plan anything with a wide open time slot like that. No. No. So, yeah, there's been a few things that have sort of got in the way of our rhythm. And I think that's the important thing to note. When you get into a rhythm with something, and we were doing the walking for, I think, nearly 2 weeks, quite regularly. And then I think we went away and then something else happened. Can't remember what it was, and that sort of broke the rhythm. So we've yet to re-establish that rhythm. But we will. We will, because we need to. I need to. But I don't like walking on my own, especially down the canal and, you know, lonely areas. I don't like it. So, yeah. So I wanted to mention that. So we will also be going to Kew at some point, maybe this week, I don't know. It depends on what Paul's got on. Also, Paul's had quite a number of early morning calls as well, which again disrupts that sort of rhythm, you know. Hey ho. So today, weather-wise, it's looking a lot calmer. It's quite bright at the moment. Temperature has dropped, but it's more of a sort of pleasant 23, 24 at the moment, which is quite nice. I saw my friend yesterday and she said to me, bring your washing over. Don't be doing all that hand washing. So I'll be going over to her at some point to take a wash. But I haven't really minded doing the hand washing. It's quite hard work, but I don't know. Part of me quite enjoyed it. I guess it's the part of me that harks back to times of old. No, it's like remembering my granny having wash day and a mangle that she had, and, you know, and a lot of that history, a lot of that remembering, those memories, is slowly dying out, isn't it? Very soon there will only be a few people who remember those days of hand washing and dolly tubs and mangles and later twin tubs. Yeah, things like that. Hey ho. So yeah, I think that's it for this week. If we do get up to anything else at the end of this week, that'll be on next week's vlog. Just want to say thank you to all of you for watching my vlogs. I really appreciate it. I know sometimes the camera work's a bit dodgy and, you know, a bit shaky, blah, 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 and quality and all of that. Well, you know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm making homemade videos for people at home. Yeah. I'll say goodbye for now. Ta-ra.